Hey there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. Today we're going to take a look at the career and finance reading using the 9-card spread. I'm using the Celtic Lenormand for it, and then we will clarify. We'll take a look at past, present, and future energies, also what the houses represent, and get some advice from Spirit on what kind of steps to take. This week, we've had so much watery energy from all the planets that are in Pisces. We have a stellium right now. We've got Jupiter and Neptune, and they both rule it. Plus, we have the Sun there opposing the Moon in Virgo for the full moon that is happening in about... what is that, 30 hours from the time I'm recording this. And we have Mercury sitting in there too at 11 degrees of Pisces, playing the decision maker, the energy of choice with Uranus and Taurus. And so, and Uranus and Taurus is squaring off with Venus, and Venus rules Taurus energy, and so there is a lot of energy around needing to get some clarity and be able to push through this water, and that full moon is about taking the action. And here's what's really interesting: that full moon that happens is going to trine. It's going to trine Pluto up in your sign Capricorn at 27 degrees. I think Pluto's at like 28. It's going to start retrograding in about a couple of weeks, 3 weeks maybe. It's going to go back to 26 and then back forward again. And so for like the next year and a half until it gets into new territory. And so that kind of bakes in this energy that is also trining the North Node. The North Node is at 24 degrees of Taurus right now. And so this energy really from about 24 to 28 degrees in your chart, in an earth sign, Capricorn, any planets or placements you've got going on in Virgo, in Taurus, and in Capricorn are going to be really feeling this. It's really going to be going back and forth over it. And if you have something in Scorpio, because Scorpio is where the South Node is, and it's in the energy of making choices and decisions at this time. And especially when we have the snake here as the overall energy, the transformation. We've got Scorpio that is ruled by Pluto. Pluto's in your sign. There's an energy of needing to really transform. And it's over really the course of the next year and a half as this energy gets really baked in. And so the change happens. The action steps that you take now really, really matter. Because should you choose not to take action right now, you're going to be kind of stuck in that stasis energy. And so taking some steps forward, they don't have to be great big giant leaps, they're telling me, but they said you need to get moving. Take a step, make a plan, make a call. Do something with this energy of that full moon. Whoa. Okay. Wow. All right. So the key to the situation is that it feels like such a burden. It feels like the burden is, though, that you're not connected with your higher self. There is a need to connect in with your higher self. Because here we have the burden, but see all that purple? That's your third eye. And this feels like the sun is shining on it, and it's like there's an ability, an opportunity here to really connect in with your higher self to get the information. That is the key. That is the key to the situation. I feel like with the birds here in the area of where you feel anxiety is, now this is birds of a feather flock together, and so there's some anxiety around community and connecting in. How do I connect in with the community? But I think it starts with one, you connecting in with your higher self. In the area of trying to get information, we have the clouds. No kidding, right? It's been confusing, all that water going on there. It's very diffused energy. So trying to figure out how do I get more laser focus, because taking a step forward is super important right now. In the area of transformation, you have a healing card. So, maybe you're healing emotionally, physically, mentally, financially. But there's a healing here, and again, it has the purple. It's a lady slipper, but it kind of has this purple energy to it. Lady slippers are kind of rare. So it's a rare kind of healing. Where I live in Michigan, they are protected. You can't, if they're in the wild, you leave them there. You can look, you can take pictures, but you can't touch. So, there is something about it being rare, a rare form of healing. So, Jupiter is meeting up with Pisces. They are churning stuff up. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. They're churning stuff up and bringing it up, and it needs to be released and healed. I think that you are feeling like that is a really tall order. How do I get over the mountain? This snake is in a very defensive posture. It also looks like it's ready to strike. So in the area of the mountain, that's over here, we have the whips. And the whips to me is Saturn energy. It's being consistent, persistent. It's doing the hard work. It's showing up every day. No one's going to do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. It is the chop wood, carry water kind of energy that rules a Capricorn. So this feels like the obstacle to your abundance, because this is where the house of the fish, the abundance is that you have been healing from something and you haven't been able to feel like you can go for it, like you've been being held back. Good news. That's about to end. Sun moves into Aries on the 20th, and this, as I'm recording this is the 16th, and the full moon is on the 17th, well, the 18th, first thing in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, in daylight time in the United States. So that's Sunday. On Friday, no, next Sunday, and then the following Sunday, Friday is the full moon. Sunday is the eclipse. That's where the eclipse, the equinox, where the sun moves into Aries. That starts to light things up, and then a week later, Mercury gets into Aries. And so then it's going to start speeding up. But what is the advice for you? Start fishing. This fox is cunning, he's sly, he's using strategy, he's figuring out how to go for it. The action step, you've got to do something. It's really important. And even though it feels like it's insurmountable, you will be shown the way, the path. Like, it looks like a sheer cliff here, but there's here we go. In the heart space, you have the heart, which is beautiful, but it's more the shoreline. And as you can see, you will find your way by following your heart and your intuition to find the easier path through. But in order to do that, you got to get into the emotional waters, number one, but not drown in them. See, he's standing on the stones too, so he's grounded. He's figuring out how to go for the fish. You got to take an action step. And when you do, then you get the long way to change. The stork. The stork brings news, it brings information, it brings change that's been a long time coming. Everything you need to know is happening. This transformation is coming. I think that it's just been really hard. Venus retrograding back and forth in Capricorn for the last 4 months. Mars came in and was helping to push her along. But they both broke free. And they're in Aquarius now. And they're about to talk to Saturn in just a few weeks here. Well, maybe faster than that, the way they're moving. And so then the plan's really going to come together. So in the meantime, chop wood, carry water, get stuff in order. Figure out what your next step is. You just need to figure out the next step. I lead with my light. This is fire energy. This is, I lead with my light. What are you passionate about? What lights you up inside? What gets you excited and gets you out of bed in the morning for as far as career, finance, getting it all together here? I lead with my light. It's not fear. It's not doubt. Charismatic, imaginative, luminous, confident, authentic, inspiring, passionate, magnetic, impactful, public, fashionable, independent, noble, generous, and unique. What is special about you, right? Step in your power with confidence. I know it's been kind of tough, but it's time. Now's the time. Because over the next 18 months, while that energy of Capricorn's going, Pluto and Capricorn's going over this, it matters, especially because it's last degrees. It's last degrees of Capricorn. That is the area of mastery. Ooh, butterfly of transformation with daisies. One of the abundance, many corollaries is that the brighter your light shines, the more you attract everything. Moths and butterflies, at which point you begin learning what to celebrate and what to let fly on by, or whom. Get yourself lit up. You're going to attract the opportunities that you need. You're going to be able to draw and attract to you, see the sun coming up there, and finally the opportunities are flying in. You got to take the first step. Whatever you know, and I know you know what it is, because Venus been working you over for 4 months, and you're like, but I'm so tired and I'm so exhausted. Now's the time. Now's the time when the rubber meets the road. Got to take the step. Ooh. Okay. Deservingness and pay yourself first. The trick about abundance is this. When you doubt that you're worthy of having it, if, for instance, you grew up, that first 7 years of your life are super important. So if you grew up in a family where money was always tight, where, you were told, well, you're going to have to get a good job and, oh gosh, what they used to say to me, you work hard and then you die. What? No, you get to live. When you decide to be luminous and shine, and you know that you're worthy, I think the burden here is that for some reason you don't think you deserve it. But you totally do. You're a divine spark of God. God is creator, energy, source, light, whatever. That's who you are. That's the stuff you're made of. And pay yourself first. If you're someone who says to yourself, I'll take that trip when I can afford it, decide that you're taking the trip and start putting the money aside. Like, I can afford this. Because when you put the money aside for something and you decide you're going to do it, then the doors open up and you will get what you need. You deserve it. You might have to take that first step and actually set some money aside for it. But money attracts. Energy attracts like energy. So when you have money, you attract more money, right? It's very important to remember that. Ooh, so what they're showing me is the coolest thing. It's like this dollar sign, but it's a magnet. And I just see all these dollar signs flying toward it. It's very cool. There's a visual we can all get on board with. So, Chrysocolla. So again, we have this healing card here, the transformation. I do feel like, I know for me personally, I've been very ill. So maybe for some of you that you've also been recovering, and whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever, there's a need using Chrysocolla to help balance your energies. It reduces inflammation, it releases anger and resentment, heals old mental and emotional wounds. And again, it could be that the wound that needs to be healed is the wound that somehow you are not worthy and you are deserving of all the abundance of the universe. And maybe that's what needs to be healed here. So use some chrysocolla to remind you, and chrysocolla is really easy to pick up, to remind you that you are totally worthy. My body and my mind are in balance and I am healthy. But I feel like this is more about improving for you your sense of inner peace and knowingness that you are quite deserving. I don't know. Do you see how much those colors really match up there? Pay yourself first. When you get a paycheck, even if it's only $5 a month, $5 a paycheck, whatever it is, put some money aside. Money attracts money. And if you have it, you will get more. All right? You deserve this. You guys take care. Talk to you soon.